Depending on who you ask, they'll tell you I'm a legend. From YO to the Veil to the Mongo spot on Creston. Always been 1,000, never ever been a lane. Lay a nigga down for these 3 letters on my chain.
Peace, y'all. Top of the top, man. You already know how it's going down. This your dog Hood and all that. And you are now rocking with me on another episode of the Tales from the Hood vlog series, man. If you're not subscribed, subscribe right now. Hit that like button for your boy. Show me a little bit of love because it does help the channel grow. I definitely appreciate you for that, all right? With that being said, let's get right into today's episode. What we're going to do today is we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have a real conversation. Now, every conversation that I have with you guys is real anyway, but this one is going to differ a little bit for various reasons. And once I go into details a little bit, you're going to see exactly why I said that. Now, normally when you hear rappers talk about females, chicks, or women, whichever you prefer to call them, they normally only talk about the chicks that they hit. Very rarely do you hear a rapper come clean and talk about their chicks that got hit by the next nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Because they never want to do that. They always want to put themselves in the light to make themselves look good. You feel what I'm saying? And to talk about something like that won't make them look too good. So you're never going to hear niggas really talk about shit like that. But I'm going to pull the curtain back for you niggas one time. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you about a situation right now. Let me be abundantly clear about this. In no way, shape, form, or fashion am I attempting to compare my career to this nigga that I'm about to talk about, because it's no comparison. This nigga is one of the GOATs, and I know that. You know what I mean? So I just want to put that out there. So anyway, a while ago, I was fucking with this chick from Ohio. Bad joint. You feel what I'm saying? I met her when I was on tour and all that, and we kicked it, and, you know, we did what we did, and we kept in contact and shit like that. We always talked. I ended up going back out there after a while, and I think she was like out of town or something. I didn't get to get up with her, but I had met her friend the first time that I met her. So when I went back out there, I kicked it with her friend, and her friend was telling me Shorty was out of town and shit, and she was fucking with the Wayne nigga. You feel me? I'm like, Wayne? She's like, yeah, Weezy. I'm like, oh shit. She showed me pictures and shit. I'm like, okay. Now, you know, I wasn't trying to cuff her, and we wasn't, you know, in no relationship or no shit like that. So I really didn't care too much about the fact that she was fucking with Wayne. You feel what I'm saying? Like, throughout my whole career, I like to say I pretty much kept it player when it came to chicks and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I was never one of those jealous niggas. That's just not me. So, like I said, I didn't care too much about that. But years later, I bagged this other joint from upstate. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Shorty was a Get Money chick. She had a bag, super duper bad. I'm talking about Shorty was badder than cell phone service in the country. You know what I mean? Like bad. And me, I used to always like pulling up in front of the OGs with my baddies. You feel what I'm saying? Because they would always have shit to say, like, oh man, okay, so I see you, youngin. Okay, nigga, I see you, hoodie. I see Hood, I see you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they used to always be that because I used to always pull up with something bad. Now, this one joint, when I say she was bad, that's an understatement. I didn't cuff her. It was basically the same thing. I was just doing what I was doing, and, you know, we was enjoying one another, or whatever the case be. One day, my former manager went down to Miami. I didn't go with him, and he called me out the blue. One day, he like, yo, I'm like, what's good? He like, yo, nigga, that chick that you be fucking with, like, nigga, I see her down here fucking with these Young Money niggas. I ain't gonna lie to you. As soon as he said that, I just got quiet for like 2 seconds. I'm like, and I had to remember who a nigga was. I'm like, man, yeah, that's cool, man. I said, that ain't my shorty. I don't care, nigga. He like, nah, I'm just telling you. And he started laughing and shit. I'm like, nah, that's all good. And after that, like weeks later, I started seeing her in pictures with the Wayne nigga, like with Weezy and shit. I'm talking about like they hugged up in different flicks, and I seen her in a magazine with the nigga, all type of shit. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell? This shit crazy. Like me, like I said, I didn't care about it like that. I wasn't mad or upset or anything like that. It's just like the way I looked at it. I'm like, first and foremost, how the hell am I knocking down the same chicks that this nigga Weezy knocking down? No way in hell is this supposed to be going down. I'm not even in the same stratosphere as this nigga. So the fact that we hitting the same joints, that's crazy. You dig what I'm saying? So just off of that, I didn't feel no way. You dig what I'm saying? Because I'm not even supposed to be hitting the same caliber chicks this nigga hitting, and I was. So I'm like, all right, and this is the second time. Now, the third time, this happened years after that. This is more recent, actually, probably like 6, 7, maybe 6 years ago. a chick that I actually was in a relationship with at one time. Like, we had history. I was actually with this chick for a while. Not during the time that she ended up hooking up with him, but I was in a relationship with her at one point. She called me out the blue one night, damn near crying and shit, and, you know what I mean, telling me, about some unfortunate situation that she was in with some nigga and all this other type of shit. Now, we had that type of relationship where she could call me, ask me for advice and consoling me and, all this other type of shit, and we would talk. So, we talking and all that, and I'm asking her what's wrong, and she like, yo, I want to tell you who this nigga is, but I don't want you to, judge me or look at me no way and all. I'm like, man, look, man, I ain't trying to, if that's the case, why you call me? Like, she's like, nah, but da-da-da. She started dropping little clues and hints. She like, yo, I wore the nigga t-shirt on my Instagram. I'm like, let me go to this chick gram, man. See what the hell she talking about. I go to her IG, and she had a Young Money shirt on. So as soon as I see that, my nigga, immediately, I just start shaking my head. I'm like, nah, this can't, I already know, this can't be what I think it is. I said, yo, you letting the Weezy nigga stab you up? She like, yeah. I'm like, As soon as she said that, man, I'm not gonna lie, my heart dropped, man. My shit like, I'm like, damn. And I got quiet for like, I'm not gonna lie, like 3 minutes, man. I'm not gonna hold you up. My shit was blown. Like my whole shit was, I don't know, it was temporary. Like I never felt a way about the next nigga hitting one of my joints until right then and there. You know what I mean? Like I said, she wasn't mine at that time, but you know how niggas is. Any chick that a nigga hit, a nigga think that's his. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, man. Like, and then I had to like really gather myself and get myself together and look at shit realistically. I'm like, man, this nigga's a rock star. You feel what I'm saying? That's like, if I had the opportunity to stab up a joint that I've been admiring damn near half my life, like a Rosalind Sanchez or something like that, man, I'm going to stab it up. No questions asked if she give me the opportunity. So I'm like, you got to look at it like that. And on top of that, I'm like, nigga, she was fucking with you. So what the fuck make you think if she had the opportunity to fuck with Weezy that she wouldn't? And after that, I kind of like, shook it off and was like, you know what, it's cool. Actually, before I shook it off, I told her, I'm like, look, man, you know what? I ain't even gonna hold you, man. I'll call you back tomorrow. I'll speak to you some other time. She's like, no, don't do me like that, man. Don't do me like that. So, I got myself together, kept it player. Remember that I was a G. And I was talking to her and shit, and she like started going off, like saying how she wanted to reveal certain information about the nigga and tell TMZ this and that. And I mean, not like what she was saying was gonna damage the nigga in any way, because the nigga's Weezy. Like, she ain't nothing nobody could say could damage his fucking rep. Like, you know what I mean? But I told her, I'm like, nah, don't do no corny shit like that. That shit is whack. Like, don't even tell me you gonna do no shit like that, because you already know nigga ain't even a nigga ain't on that type of time, and I would never like co-sign that type of shit. So if you asking me for advice, hell no, don't do no shit like that. She like, nah, you right. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing about that is, a lot of these rap niggas would never be on no shit like that. These niggas would encourage a chick to talk crazy about a nigga, and they would be hating on a nigga, because it's a lot of these rap niggas out here to be holding grudges against other rappers, and they don't even know, and it be over chicks. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a lot of niggas be mad that niggas be hitting chicks that they hit, and they be feeling a certain way about it. Like a lot of times in my career, niggas and other rappers been hating on me because I've been hitting the same caliber of chicks that they hitting, and I got nowhere near as much money they got. So they like, yo, how the fuck is this nigga hitting the same chicks I'm hitting, and I'm rich and he ain't? And they don't get that. You feel what I'm saying? So that should be eating them up. But I was never on that, and I'm not that type of nigga. So when she was telling me that shit about the nigga, I encouraged her to leave that shit alone, and she left it alone. But that right there was the only time that I ever felt a certain way about a nigga stabbing up one of my old joints. You feel what I'm saying? Like, aside from that, I never cared. But I will keep it 1,000 with you. That particular time, I felt the way. It was momentarily, but I did feel the way nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you ever been in a situation like this, and you're real enough to keep it 1,000 about it, drop a comment in the comment section below, man. You feel what I'm saying? Because we all human, we all niggas, and it all happened to us before at some point. Because if a chick's not yours and she don't belong to you, you're not in a relationship with a nigga, best believe she getting cracked. She getting them goddamn, her pens knocked down, somebody knocking them down, them bowling pins down, man. Like, let's keep it a rap. You dig what I'm saying? All right, so like this video. Make sure that you download my new single called No Matter featuring Cyrus the Kid. The link is in the description box below. Peace.